Well, it's Uncommon Fossil Day presenting an Ogerpon EX box deck. Finally getting around to it. It's a very budget-friendly deck. You get the basics of this deck on the basic battle pass. This is not the exact build they get, but you know the expensive cards are the EXs, so you're going to get all those. And if you have to craft a couple other cards, their cards are worth having anyway. So very budget-friendly deck. Which makes it an appealing option to look at. It's a box deck, which makes it appealing to me as well. So Teal Mask Ogerpon is the heart of this deck. 210 HP, by the way, what retreat cost to 1. That's true for all these Ogerpon EXs. It's got the Teal Dance ability. You've seen it in other decks, which is mostly where it's played. It's support for other decks, but it can be its own deck, which we're looking at here. Once during your turn, you may attach a basic grass energy from your hand to this Pokemon. If you attach energy this way, you draw cards. So energy acceleration, good. Drawing cards, good. So very nice ability. And then the attack, Myriad Leaf Shower, which is the attack we use most often with this deck. For 3 grass energies, that's 30 plus 30 more for each energy attached to both active Pokemon, so always be aware of how many energies your opponent has and figure out how many energies you need to attach. You will have to attach more than the minimum of 3 for the attack at times to get the damage numbers you want, right? So anyway, very good. It's very important with this deck. Turn 1, you want to go first if you can, but even if you go second, you can still, game is still winnable, but you need to really get Teal Mask Ogerpon EX and play 2 copies, I would say, and you really want to get 3 energies in play, right? Accelerate 2, attach 1 from hand. So that's what it's all about. That's where the game is won or lost to a large extent. So to help that happen, I'm playing a copy of the Ditto with Transformative Start ability. During your first turn, if it's in the active spot, you can search your deck for any Pokemon, a basic Pokemon, switch it with this one, and find there, you choose the basic, replaces this, and you discard the Ditto. So good, just increases the odds of getting 1 or like I said, even better, at least 2 Teal Mask Ogerpon EXs in play turn 1. We have 1 copy of each of the other Ogerpon EXs because they do different things. The Wellspring Mask Ogerpon EX has 2 attacks. Sob does 20, and your defending Pokemon can't retreat the next turn. Occasionally that's something good, but generally that's not what it's here for. It's more for the second attack, Torrential Pump, Water, Colorless. It does 100 damage, and you can shuffle 3 energies attached to this Pokemon into your deck. If you do 120 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. That is very good. For these attacks, by the way, it's a colored and 2 colorless, so what you want to do is be powering up with the Teal Mask Ogerpon with the grass energies, have 1 like Luminous Energy attached, and then you can switch into the other Ogerpon. That's the way the deck works. You'll see the cards as we get through it that makes that work, but that's how you're powering up these 3 attack cost other Ogerpons. Then we have the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX. Really good ability, Cornerstone Stance, prevent all damage from attacks to others Pokemon by opponents Pokemon that have an ability. Obviously very good, like Alolan Vulpix V-Star was a big deal. Now, the meta right now, abilities are, there's a lot of good Pokemon without abilities right now, so it's not as good as it used to be. But it's still I like having the 1 copy for an attack as an option because it is good in a number of matchups. And then the attack is also important in some matchups. The Demolish for fighting Colors. Colors does 140. That's okay. Then this attack's damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance or by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So it's both good and bad. It hits through effects, so you hit through Mimikyu, you don't have to worry about it. That's important. I like that in a deck. But also, it doesn't hit for weakness. Hitting Pokemon that are fighting weak. Obviously, there's some good Pokemon that are fighting weak, so not getting that double damage on those Pokemon is unfortunate. So it's good and bad both. And then the fourth and final of the Ogerpons is Hearthflame Mask Ogerpon EX. Just for the first attack, we can't get the 3 fire energies attached for the second attack, but Wrathful Hearth does 20 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So generally you're attacking with often your Teal Mask Ogerpon. Your opponent hits into it, doesn't knock it out. We switch into the Hearthstone Mask Ogerpon and then do big damage as a revenge attacker. That's kind of the way that's built. 2 other Pokemon to help give it a bit of engine. Tatsugiri, a single prize Pokemon, we can't attack with it. But when it's in the active with attract customers, you look at the top 6 cards of your deck, put a supporter card into hand. We don't really have much of an engine You know, if we're set up with the Teal Mask Ogerpons and we get fortunate to get a lot of energies, we're in good shape. But that, you know, that's not always happening. We need some supporters, so this just helps that happen. It's a single prize Pokemon where basically everything else is a two prizer, so it, you know, it doesn't usually hurt the prize map there. Lumineon V, that is, we're playing that in the deck too. I didn't play it at first, but I decided I had to have it just to get the deck set up. Don't like having that two prize liability. You generally can't get out of play, but Luminous Signs, when you play it from hand, so don't use Nest Ball, then you search your deck for anyone's supporter. Just really important. I also lets us play Forest Seal Stone to use that V-Star power as well. We can potentially get it out of play if we have enough turns to set it up for Watercolor's Colors, does 120, and it gets shuffled back in the deck, although that's probably not happening outside of the rare occasion. All right, the energies in the deck, 11 basic grass energies. We need a lot of basic grass energies for the Teal Mask Ogerpon EX. I think 11 is the number I'm comfortable with. More would be nicer in that you have the energy more often in hand, but the more energies you have, the less trainers and stuff you can have in your deck, and the less consistent. So it's finding the balance. I think 11 is kind of the sweet spot with this deck, in my opinion. 4 Luminous Energies and 1 Legacy Energy. So these are 5 energies that provide us with that one alternate energy type, the water, fire, fighting. Remember not to attach 2 Luminous Energies on the Pokemon because they cancel each other out. Once it provides every type of energy as long as it's the only special energy attached. And Legacy Energy has the additional benefit, besides providing every type of energy, your opponent takes 1 less prize if your Pokemon's knocked out from damage, which is nice as well. All right, getting into the cards. 4 Nest Balls. We got these big basics. That's the way to get them in play. 3 Ultra Balls. 4 Nest Balls isn't enough. Plus, we do want to get these alternate attacker and Ogerpons into the discard pile usually. So that's generally how we want to get into play from the discard piles. Generally, the strategy there. So being able to discard some cards is important. We have that, and we also have Earthen Vessel, 4 copies of that. We need the basic grass energy, and we want to discard some Pokemon, so that works well there too. And then 1 copy of Hisuian Heavy Ball. We have all these 3 one-of attackers that are important in some matchups but not others, so it lets us just get whatever one particular Pokemon we need for that matchup into our hand to get things going. 1 Switch Cart, 2 Bravery Charms is one of the tools we play. I've had 3 at times. I like the 3rd, but I've just needed space for other cards. And then 1 copy of Forest Seal Stone. So 3 tools. Do play 4 copies of Arven. Getting an item's always good and lets us get a tool. So I think that's a solid card there. 2 copies of Boss, 2 copies of Iono. Those are the other supporters. So not a lot of supporters in the decks, which means if your top deck falling into top deck mode, it does get awkward. All right, 2 copies of Beach Court gives us free retreat on our Pokemon because the retreat cost is 1. Basics retreat cost is reduced by 1. A lot of it's for the Tatsugiri, right? I could play the tool, the rescue board, but I decided to do the stadium instead. And bumping stadiums is useful as well. 1 superior energy retrieval, you discard 2, put 4 energies back in hand. That's good. And also 1 energy retrieval. I think they both have value, so I think that's a nice combination. 1 super rod. We can put energies from the discard pile back in the deck, Pokemon from the discard pile back in the deck, whatever combination we need of the 2. I think I mentioned the 4 Earthen Vessels, right? Very good there. And 1 Pal Pad, just get back any 2 supporters we want over the course of the game. And then the last trainer, which is an item, which is part of what makes the deck a lot of fun. Ogre's Mask. Choose a Pokemon EX in your discard pile that has Ogerpon in its name. Switch it with one of your Pokemon EX that has Ogerpon in its name. So you switch 2 different Ogerpon EXs is what it means. It's just an awkward way of saying it. From the discard pile to the active to in play. It doesn't have to be the active, right? It could be in the bench. Any attached cards, damage counters, special conditions, turns in play, and other effects remain on the new Pokemon. So the energy stays, which means we can use the Ogerpon, the Teal Mask Ogerpon EX, to get energies onto it. We can switch in from one of these other Ogerpons in the discard pile. We have the grass energies. It's some color type in grass, so you need 1 luminous energy and a couple of grass energies, and we can attack with whatever. If they've damage hit into our Ogerpon already has damage counters, then the damage counters stay, which means our fire guy can take advantage of the damage counters on it. So it's just a nice way to helps loop Pokemon back into play as well. We have the rod to recover things back in the deck and get in play, but Ogre's Mask is a lot of fun. I'm finding getting the Pokemon out of the discard pile and then getting Ogerpon Ogre's Mask in my hand all at the right time. Doesn't happen as much as I'd like. It's a lot of fun when it does happen, though. So definitely give this deck a try. Let's go take a look at the deck in action and see what it does together. All right, see how things go here. Sorry for the slow start. Just kind of thinking about this deck and how it's been a struggle. And anyway, I revised it. I played one game since the revision. That game didn't go well, but, you know, one game obviously doesn't tell the story of the situation. It wasn't a great matchup. I get to go first. That's good. Hopefully I get a good start. I haven't been getting the quality starts I would like, honestly. I feel like I should be getting better starts than I have been in general. I got to say that. So this is... I mean, it's. I need to get multiple Ogerpons and play turn one. That's what needs to happen. Maybe I need to drop another Ditto in the deck. I'm not sure about that. Okay. I mean, this is dicey. Dicey. All right, I can one-shot them, right? They're weak to me. So I... 180, just end turn. So I'm at 180. I do 60 more, 210. So I do 240, right, with one more energy. So that's really nice for me. Very nice, right? Counter Catcher would be good in this deck too, I think, but deck space is tight, I will say. So Squawk Whistle, getting a good setup. You know, if I can take out this Roaring Moon EX, that's super awesome. 3 energies, that's 4, so I'm doing 120, double it to 240, yeah. So that is very good for me, but we'll see what happens. And they haven't used Squawk and Seize yet. I mean, they could win the game too, right? They could donk me this turn. They just need 3 energies and they have game, right? So, and I could attach Bravery Charm. That's unfortunate. Well, I don't know. The hand was okay. The hand wasn't ideal. Got an energy. That's really good. This is a much better hand, actually. So I'm happy there. They might win, though. I might lose. Send up the more Pico, which means they can Dark Patch, and they have a bunch of energies there. They haven't Squawk and Seized yet, which they're going to do. They need two. They play the Iono, so they can't play Professor Sada's Vitality, so that's good for me. So they need 2 Dark Patches to pull this off. Okay, it's strictly an EX deck. At least that's what they're going to be playing here. So, okay, interesting. It's not an ancient box with mostly single prizers. At least that's not what they've shown. So. And they got the Pokestop down, so that's really good for them as well. Okay, they missed it, so I'm guessing they're not going to take the knockout. I can't knock out the guy on the bench, though. Well, possibly. I might get boss. I will see draw for turn, and I will get 2 extra cards here. So possibly. Let me think. Is there anybody else I want to play? I think I want another Teal Math, Ogerpon, I think. Just I get more cards. I want to thin the deck as well. So let me start accelerating. I really do want a boss. So we will see. And I hit boss. So that is super sweet there. Super sweet. So I will start to, I get ahead in this game. That's really great. So this is, getting 3, really getting the Ogerpon, the Teal Mask Ogerpon army going. That's really nice as well. I will attach here. I will boss's orders here. I do have knockout, right? And I'm going to, oh, that's right, they have an energy attached, so it's even better. I'll make myself tankier, so they have to, they can't, so they have to use the, they have to use the top attack to knock me out. Unless they bump my, unless they get rid of my tool, of course, right? And they probably play Lost Vacuum. So yeah. So this is pretty good. It's It's a nice start to things. We'll see how things go here. So look, this is a great start. I mean, look, I'm ahead in prizes. That's great too. It's a funny look. It's a weird matchup in that they're weak to me, so I can one-shot their 2 prizers, but they can one-shot me with their deck. I set up first. I'm set up well, so I might be able to just stream these attacks, right? The only way they do one-shot me is with their 2 prizer, their EX, which I one-shot. So, okay. So now they can gust up someone on the bench without the tool. Did they fail Status Vital? What was that? Oh, they failed Nest Ball. Okay. I was like, what was that? Okay, so they're going to take a knockout. They're going to take 2 prizes. That's all I have in play. I do want to drop down Legacy Energy at some point as well. So they have a Switch Cart, but they have Prime Catcher. So they're going to use that. I might Energy Retrieval. We'll see. I only get 1 energy probably. Because they'll probably take out the guy with the extra, with the 2 energies on him. That makes a ton of sense. I'm going to send up the guy with 3 energies on him already, because that just makes a ton of sense for me. Because I just blow him up. It doesn't matter, really. Getting rid of the stadium's the smart play anyway. Not putting the damage on them is smart as well. But it doesn't matter, because I'm doing huge damage to them, right? This turn. What's the number, by the way? 420. So that's pretty solid, right? That's pretty solid. All right, so I will accelerate here. I'll probably Arven as well. And I'm okay. The Ogre's Mask, but I don't really want him. I just have I don't really think there's anyone else I want in the deck either. So let me grab. Let me just double check here. Okay, I got him there, so grab this tool. I don't really want to drop down Lumineon V. There's no need to at this point. Keep him as an option is certainly a good thing. So drop him down. I will get rid of the Ogre's Mask, because I shouldn't need that, right? That's not what I need this game. I just swing away. This game is what I do. Okay, so I'm going to attach my tool here, get my 3rd energy on here, so I have 2 guys fully powered up. My other guy has an energy G, so has free retreat, so he can retreat. Well, not free retreat, but he can pay the retreat cost. And I'm liking my position here a lot, right? We'll see. What can they do to me, right? What can they do to me? I don't necessarily have access to boss next turn. Oh, I have access to, I do. I have Lumineon V, which I can dig out Lumineon V. So now they have free retreat, so I don't know what they're going to do. In one sense, their deck just wants to smack into me, right? They got Darkrai V-Star, but they don't have the V in play. So the V-Star, maybe they have the V in hand. I don't know. See what they grab. Oh, they could have used Counter Catcher, but again, Gusting isn't what they need. Counter Catcher is still a nice card, though, right? They want to take out one of the guys with 3 energies, what they want to do. But as soon as they attack with their EX, I just knock them out. What they needed was the single prize, and I don't know if they play. I haven't seen the single prize, have I? No, so this might just be a Roaring Moon EX deck, strictly. So we'll see. They play their supporter for turn. They got Lumineon back in deck. They're going to grab him back. So we'll see what they do. Iono maybe to shrink my hand size. I'm not sure that. I don't see how that wins them. How that stops me from winning next turn, though. Even if they disrupt my hand, right? Or they can not attack, and then I don't have game next turn, right? Because they could do that. They could not attack. I agree. But if they don't attack, then they're still 2 turns away from winning, and I don't. if I don't win next turn, that's okay too. So I think they're just going to hit into me and the game ends, right? That's what I think's happening, and that's perfectly fine. Yeah, and then we'll see how they are. Are they going to hit into me, take the knockout, and concede? Which unfortunately is the way these games tend to go. Hopefully not, though. So hopefully not, right? Because they're going to lose the game. They know they're going to lose the game. So, and that's fine. They wanted to take the attack. I just, it just, they didn't drag out their turn either. So that's, so they conceded. And I just, if it meant something for them to take their prizes, I just, let me take my prizes. But, it's, I don't know. It is what it is. Honestly, I've been getting a little down about how the TCG, how people are behaving in live lately, but I'll talk about that at some other point. But obviously, no one wants to hear that too much either. All right, see how this goes. This I'm getting a little depressed trying to record this game, and at some point, I'm just going to record. I like to get the deck working. The deck's working some. I just had a game where it was the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpons, which I have one of and I can hit into, but they had multiple ones and hammers, and it just wasn't going to happen. All right, this is okay. It's not great. I'd like to get another, you really want to get 2 Teal Mask Ogerpons on your first turn and get 3 energies attached, right? Accelerate to each of those Teal Mask Ogerpons and attach one manually. I have Arven. I can attack next turn. Generally, you don't want the fire Pokemon in the active. It's a Charizard deck. Okay. I mean, that's not terrible. It's not terrible. Actually, I want him in the discard anyway, right? So he's definitely something I want. I really want the ability lock guy, but I want to wait on him, right? I don't want them worrying about him yet. I want to really get them boxed in with him, right? That's the goal there. I do have to be careful with the knocking out. Taking prizes powers up the Charizard EX. So the question is probably, can I get it's the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX, right? That's I believe the one that's immune to Pokemon with abilities. Can I get him into play quickly enough? And I need to get him powered up. The best thing to do is get him in the discard pile and use the Ogre's Mask to get him set up. That is the dream. It probably doesn't happen like that, but we'll see what happens. Irida, okay. What's the water Pokemon? Is it just Manaphy? Which does have some value from against my deck. No, okay, Lumineon V. I don't know if they play another water Pokemon. The problem, what I don't like is they just use their support to get Lumineon V, which means Lumineon V is not useful this turn, right? Okay, so they didn't attack. They really couldn't attack, essentially, right? So I just need to keep setting up here, right? So I want to get another Pokemon in play. Wait, do I not have... Okay, so 2... I think I play 3 of those tools. Maybe I'm down to 2 as I revise the deck list. I do lose track sometimes. So let me get him into play. I will wait. I really do want to discard the ability lock guy, right? But I'd like to still hold off on that too, I got to say, right? I don't really want to flash that unnecessarily either, right? So I'm going to hold off on the stadium. Let's think. Do I want to... Should I ditch the energy? I think I want to keep the tool. I think that could end up being very good. Getting the tool onto the Cornerstone Mask would be very nice, right? All right, and I attach a Luminous here. This is good. This is good. And I'll take the knockout, and it's okay. So we'll kind of see how this goes. I do have the fire guy to recover if they hit it. Now let me... I'm trying to take prize 6 now. I've switched it up. The reason why I want to take prize 6 first is when the game Arvens, it fills in from 1 and down, right? So if you start taking prizes from 6 up, I always figured, hey, they're number 1 to 6. I'll just take number 1 first. I know it doesn't relate to IRL play, but that's fine. It doesn't relate to IRL play. So they can one-shot my active. They probably will do that, I would imagine. Will they grab an Arven? Yeah. And then get Rare Candy or Ultra Ball. Probably grab a Rare Candy. They can grab the Charizard EX with the Pidgeot EX. And they can take the knockout here. And they can take the knockout the following turn. So that's not great. I could have attached the tool. They're going to get rid of the tool. I need to get... I mean, I need to get my Pokemon. I need to get my Cornerstone Mask EX Pokemon into play. I have one goal right now, and that's it. Get him into play. The problem is I have to do it next turn. Because they're gonna one-shot this guy, one-shot the next guy. I'll have to attach Bravery Charm next turn. They probably get rid of Bravery Charm, though. I mean, I could have not attacked, right? And then they wouldn't have had the knockout. Maybe I made a mistake there with the attacking. I didn't, I guess I did. I thought I was going to have another tool available to me. Honestly, that's the big part of it. I thought I had another tool that I could get. Energy Retrieval is good. So I'll probably use that. But let's see. So I do one-shot them. That's the good news. I get my tool. Okay. So I do one-shot them, and I will... I don't love this. I guess the smart thing to do here is... I think I drop him in play, and I'm now having to start attaching manually from hand. I do have the Luminous Energy, though. That's really a plus here, right? Do that. I'm going to put the tool on him, right? And I will just... I take the knockout... See what happens. Now I'm manually attaching the next 2 turns. I don't know what they play for Charmeleons. That's one of the questions, right? If they, so we'll see what happens. Do they play Enhanced Hammer? They might, which means I have to get 3 attachments, including the Special Energy, which is awkward. I've had games where I've lost because they Enhanced Hammer, Special Energy, and I couldn't find another Special Energy for like 5 or 6 turns, which can happen. It can definitely happen because. At that point, I'm drawing for turn because they're going to be able to one-shot my active Ogerpon, and then I'm going to, and then all I can do is just leave my Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon in play and just keep attached. But look, I have access to the basic energies. That's really good. And I have... So this hand's good right now. Air Balloon. Okay, that's interesting. That's kind of nice. It makes sense. I haven't really seen a lot of Air Balloon. I'm surprised they're playing it is what's interesting. It's a smart play. They're going to take the knockout. Wow, they don't have energy in deck, I guess. That's really odd. Fancy energies. Okay. So they blow me up. That's fine. I get an energy here. They have the tool for free retreat. So I don't really want to... All right, so I will... I grabbed some energy here. I did get my other Bravery Charm. Wouldn't have mattered. Get 2 energy. I also have the energy. I can get energy from the discard pile as well into hand. I probably should have done that, actually, because if they Iono me, it's better to get it back in hand. So that was a mistake. I should have energy retrievaled that turn. Not done what I did. That was a mistake. And I guess I boss 2, just kind of slow him down a little bit, right? No, I don't. I just pass here. I just pass at this point. I have a nice hand. Yeah, because I boss, if they bench a Charm, because I want to take out the Charmeleons, right? Because that's what they got. They got Charmeleon to attack with. And they have Charmander, potentially. Although most decks play the Charmander. What did they grab? Which Charmeleon was it? Is the Charmeleon... What is this guy? Oh, it's the Charmeleon I don't want to see, but it's 3 energy. So Okay, that's good. So if they don't disrupt my hand, they get down a Charmander. They might Iono me though, and that's really bad for me. But they shouldn't be wanting to Iono because they played Great Ball. Great Ball is not what you play before Iono, right? If they're gonna Iono, it could have been a Great Ball, and if they got the card they wanted, then they wouldn't Iono. That could be the case. In which case they probably shouldn't have grabbed a card though. So Delphox. Oh no. That's not a happy place to be at all. But I do two-shot him, so they can't. What are they going to send up? Oh no, they're going to Iono. So that was the hand I wanted, right? I have energy. Okay, I mean, let's see what they do. Rotom V. Okay. I have energy. I lost my boss, though. I can't drop down Lumineon V if I have access to him, right? So let me do this. I'll grab the tool there, and I will get back. Hang on. I haven't played boss yet, right? Let me just double check. There's no boss in the discard pile. Okay. So go back. So I want Energy Retrieval, right? Let me just, do I have two bosses in deck? Let me just take a look at that. I do. Okay, so I'm going to Energy Retrieval. It just increases the odds. Well, actually, I shouldn't have done that, should I? I don't know. Maybe I should have done that last turn, actually. This was not the turn for that. So I'll do that. I attack. And I need the boss now. Now I'm in a scary spot. Now they're... At this point, though, they don't have a Charmander down. They need Charmander because, I mean, they burn and confuse for 1 energy, too. So I don't love that. I don't love that at all. Right? So then might come down to how I do with coin flips. I do two-shot them, right? So, the Iono really hurt me there. I was hoping they wouldn't Iono because they played the Great Ball. They did. I get it. I'm not sure they should have played the Great Ball, or I don't think they should have grabbed the card they did with Great Ball, because I do think that they would have liked to get that card in play, and now it's at the bottom of their deck. They do have access to it, but it's still better to draw some of the cards you need for turn as well. Okay, so they get Charmander down, and they do have the stage 1 that. So that it's an interesting choice now. They have Charmander down. What they get out of play? So they got Lumineon V out of play. Okay. So they can reuse Lumineon V. Okay. So they're going with Delphox. They're going to attack with Delphox here. Right? So now it's going to start to come down. So it's going to start to be coin flip time. Coin flip time already because they're flipping coins with capturing Aroma. I haven't seen Delphox V. I haven't seen Delphox V in a Charizard deck, really. And Radiant Charizard doesn't do any good, but they get him out of the deck, I guess, which makes sense. But they can't attack with him. I mean, they could, if they do have. Why didn't they want to attack with Delphox V? I gotta say, I mean, happy they didn't, but surprised, I will say. So I will Arven because I just need to get closer to boss, right? I need boss. So grab this and I'll grab this, I guess, and I'll just grab a Pokemon too because I really do want boss to happen. So do this, get rid of what? This and this because I'm not playing those guys. I'll grab Lumineon V because that could be a. Oh, you know what? I should have got Lumin. That was a mistake, wasn't it? I should have. Huh. Well, I'll just do this. I guess I could. Well, I can't get Switch and that card at the same time, so. So just kind of keep putting, honestly, if I get, they don't want me taking out Rotom V for 2 prizes, obviously, because I'm down to 1 prize, and then I can win the game. I'm surprised they didn't attack with Rotom V. With Delphox V, right? Because I guess they want to wait for the big attack, which they're going to do this turn, but otherwise they would have done 20. No, I would have been burned, so that's 20. And it could be 40, 50. I could have been total of 70 damage, which then I guess that doesn't matter. I guess they just have game now, right? Basically. Unless I can gust something up, but I can't gust something up and get it stuck either. Probably, right? So now they have game, so they worked. So they played it right. No, they played it right. So they magical fire, and they do that twice. Well, they have to put 2 cards in the. No, they don't. I think they have to put 2 energies in the lost zone. So the question is, well, they just rotted back energies, right? So I don't know they can do it back-to-back turns. And what did they get? A Charmander. Okay, so okay. So it's going to be close, right? It's going to be close. I think it's a big advantage for them, though. Big advantage for them. They're going to attack. Okay, that's good. That's good. Using up an energy because they're going to lose 2 energies here, right? I'm pretty sure there's nothing on the bench to damage, but I think they have to put 2 in the lost zone based on what the card says. So they do, and actually they don't knock me out next turn unless they, so I can get, so I hit into them. That's good. They don't have game. They need to get 2 energies attached, and they have to get rid of my tool. So at this point, they still have 2 more hits on me, and that's good, and that's very good. And if they were to, best case is they get rid of my tool but can't attack, then I can reattach the Bravery Charm and take a knockout. And then I would have Lumineon V for the following turn for game at the moment. So see what they do here, right? They lost on the 2 energies, though. That's where it's sketchy, right? That's where if they had attacked with Eerie Glow the first turn, I think that was the better play. I still kind of think they should have Eerie Glowed because I'm gonna take because I wouldn't have knocked him out. Yeah, so I'm back to the point. I think they should have Eerie Glowed because then they probably then the Charmeleon definitely takes them out. So they're gonna retreat to the bench, which is fine. Once they get to a Charmander, I guess they're gonna evolve to Charizard next turn. They need to Lost Vacuum as well. I don't Lumineon V because that just loses me the game. So send him up. I don't knock him out, obviously. I 2-shot him, which is fine, but, Rotom V. So do they have game this turn? They probably do. All right, let's just look at my prizes here for a minute. Might as well do that. 2 grass energies, that's fine. I don't care. I can't Lumineon V because that lock cost me the game. So I will attack. They might have game this turn. Right? I still, should they have attached to the Magma Basin? Okay, that's because they need energy on. So now they can attack with Delphox this turn, almost guaranteed. Probably guaranteed, actually. But if they don't get rid of the tool, now that they get Lost Vacuum, they probably have energy in hand already, I think. They just win. So that might be what they have here. So we'll see what happens. Attach. Do they have Lost Vacuum? Or Maximum Belt. Yep, that gets them game 2. And take the loss here. And, made it as much of a fight as I could. It's tricky sequencing, right, with the game, because they've taken 2 prizes with this matchup. I'm finding they take 2 prizes by the time I can attack with the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon. What I really want to do is get one of my Teal Mask Ogerpons switched out with the Ogre's Mask, but unfortunately the Ogre's Mask is very tough to pull off, and that is that deck needs that to happen to work, and getting Ogre's Mask to work I'm finding to be very problematic. All right, see how this game goes. I got to say I'm pretty down with this deck now. The challenge. It's just difficult trying to build, rogue decks that are, that I don't know. I'm kind of I'm fussy. I'm in a fussy mood. I got to say. So I'm sorry about that. Trying to build rogue decks that are interesting, that can work well enough. This deck, unfortunately, I'm finding it's not working well enough. To me, a deck to want to present it should win 50% of the time, and this deck just isn't. And I've worked a bunch on this deck, I gotta say. I really have put a fair amount of time into it. I've in the process, I was kind of working towards Arceus League. I wasn't sure if I would, and I was making some decent progress within whatever Master League, whatever the one below Arceus is, and now I think I'm at the bottom of that. So which means I've lost a lot of games too, right? I won a few, but lost a lot of games, and so I'm just kind of not happy with okay, well, this is probably bad as well, but we'll see what happens here. You need to, let's see. I'm going first, but this is bad news. So, yeah, this is bad news. Okay, so I'll do this, and I'll do this, and I will end turn. So I'm immune to Iron Crown. Miraidon EX does a lot of damage, and once they get, this is not good, right? This is not good. So we'll see what happens. So not a happy place. But look, you need to start Teal Mask Ogerpon. You need to start turn one, and I went first, which is good, but you need to have 2 Teal Mask Ogerpons to play, and you need to get 3 energies going. And I didn't do that, and when that doesn't happen, things are not good. Things are not good. Okay, so I bench him. Do I want... I can grab a tool. Do I want Tatsugiri in play? That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm not sure that I do. So I'm going to ditch these 2 guys. Maybe I'll ditch the Pal Pad. I'll ditch the Pal Pad. That Lumineon V, because I need a supporter. I need to get going here, right? I need to get going. So my opponent didn't have a great turn. So I think I don't want to Iono them. So I'll play this, and I can grab my Forest Seal Stone, which is very nice as well. So I'm gonna Arven here. I'm gonna grab what? I need an Earthen Vessel, because I need energy. And I'll grab this. So what do I want to discard here? I'll discard... I'm not attacking this turn, unfortunately. I'll ditch the Tatsugiri. I'm not certain about that. I'm not certain about a lot of things here. I'll accelerate 1 to draw. Actually, I should do this. Because I don't need to draw the tool, right, when I accelerate. So, and I probably will, and I'll play this tool as well. So let me accelerate, and I'll attach active... I think is the play there. Luminous Energy is fine. It's not ideal. It's not ideal, but okay. I might as well attach my tools while I'm at it, right? And I'll just end turn here. Just end turn. I mean, I could, yeah, just end turn. Okay, so we'll see what happens. I'm hoping they don't knock out my active, of course. That's what I'm hoping. So we'll see how this all goes. I have my Lumineon V. Okay, so they're not doing anything. That's really good. I don't want to, I really don't want to Iono, right? That's a given. So I need to do this. I guess I Arven, right? Because Arven gets me. I mean, Arven's the same. Actually, no, I don't Arven because there's no more tools to get, right? So I'm just going to grab Earthen Vessel because that's what I need to do here. I will discard. Well, I want to work this. Guess I discard the rod here. I'm going to make that my play because I might want to Iono still, actually. I'm thinking. Might want to Iono. So I have 2 energies, which I need. I accelerate 1 here. I'm liking, look, my opponent's not doing anything. That is a big plus for me. Okay, I have the stalling guy as well, which actually could win me this game too. So I will do this. Don't play a supporter. Do I want to bench him? I don't think I do want to bench him. So I hit him, and I finish him off next turn with the Cornerstone. I also certainly finish him off with the Teal Mask. If they hit into me, which they're not doing anything. All right, well, I'm not sure what's happening here. 3, I mean, they need a Psychic Energy. That energy, I mean, I guess if they're going to retreat, it makes sense. But otherwise, that was, I don't know why they attached that energy, right? That energy attachment didn't make a lot of sense there, right? So anyway, okay, so I'll attach Luminous. I don't think I'm going to Iono because they're insanely bricking, right? So I will just keep smacking at them. And that's it, right? There's no more tools in deck, I don't think, right? So I'm just going to attack. And, so I have 2 guys now that are 1 away from being knocked out. They might retreat to the bench, which is, again, I don't know. See what else they play. I mean, I assume they play Iron Hands in the deck, which does take 3 prizes off Lumineon V, and I can't get Lumineon V at a play. Now, they do want the future booster energy capsule. Either have Iron Hands in hand or they don't play it, right? But okay, I mean, they need to set up here, so that's okay. So this is okay. Look, I mean, they're not doing much here. They're not doing much, which I like. I think I still hold off on the Iono. I would like to Iono because I could use it, but they can accelerate energies. That's the nice thing, and they'll finish me off next turn, right? He beats me up. I mean, they need to get the psychic energy attached, right? So that's okay. Actually, I could switch into him. No, there's not a reason to switch into him because I have the knockout already, right? So do I want to... Just going to attack, take the knockout here. I don't want to... They have 1 card in the hand, so I really don't want to Iono. I mean, I really would like to Iono to get more cards, right? Okay, got an Earthen Vessel. I really don't want to keep piling energy on this one guy, though, either. So I assume they have what they need. Okay, they're switch carding. In which case, they should have healed up, though, right? They shouldn't have. I guess they drew the switch card and changed their mind. But if they had switch card in hand, they should have sent up somebody with damage on them already, right? Anyway, so I blow him up. I think I Iono this turn just because I do need to set up here, right? I do need to set up. Oh, I have Arven. That's better, actually. What do I have for energies? Okay, so Arven. Let me get him in play. Okay, I need energies, so I'm going to have to use Superior Energy Retrieval, but that's okay too. So they do have some psychic energies, so that's, not a shock there. I will... Oh, actually, I Earthen... I'll Earthen Vessel here. Get rid of I don't think I'm playing the stall route this game. And the Ionos are good anyway in hand, right? Because the Ionos can get me my Ogre's Mask. So at this point, I have knockout, right? Just take a look. Yes, I'm doing 240 damage. I wasn't sure, but I didn't know what the number was. I was pretty confident I had the knockout, though. I will drop on my special energy because it just gives me the maximum flexibility. Take 2 prizes here. And I should take 2 prizes the next turn, I think, as well. So I jumped ahead in prizes. But taking the single prize helps. You know, that's one of the things. I took a single prize. As long as I don't bench another Miraidon, which they probably won't. The single prize Miraidon, that was kind of a wasted knockout for me. So they just kind of cruise through things. I have boss in hand. I'm getting Iono, so I lose boss in hand. I probably have an okay hand. I've already used my Forest, Seal, Stone. Earthen Vessel is very nice as well. So that's good. I mean, the Mew? That's kind of interesting. I'm not sure that really helps them. So they can retreat. They're going to attack, I guess. They don't knock me out, though. So they're going to 2-shot me. I think I 1-shot them, though, and then I am, right? I don't 1-shot them yet, though, do I? I do not. So do I need the free retreat here? That's one of those questions. So I'm doing 180. So I need 2 energies attached, right? 2 energies. So let me do this, right? I could have kept the stadium as well, but I think I want to take the knockout here. Oh, wait. So this guy does... So he 180. So I need to accelerate. So I can attach Legacy Energy actually, right? So 210. So I'm going to accelerate to the bench guy. I'm going to check the Legacy Energy on the active. And that way I can attack with the active. I even give one less prize. And yeah, I need to manually attach here. I don't want a switch cart because that's not good. So now I just take the knockout. I have the ability to switch next turn. I don't think I'm going to do that, but I have the Ogre's Mask. You know, getting the Ogre's Mask in hand the same time that I need it. Now, why am I getting a thumbs down? What was that for? I mean, I was working through my turn. I don't know. You know, I don't know. This is where part of my frustration. Partly frustrations because playing a deck, it's not a great deck. You know, it finally works and I get a thumbs down. I don't know. Now, look, the tutorial, the little short tutorial in live does teach you, in a sense, to do things like that. Because when you play against the AI in the first few games, the first set of games, or it's not the AI, I guess it kind of is. It's when you take a prize, it gives you a thumbs down, which I would say is not good behavior, but it is what it is, right? So I do have Switch Cart. So they can take 3 prizes here, potentially. I mean, probably not, though. They need 2 more energies in play to do that. They might, okay, they got another. So they got at least 1 energy. If they got 2, let's see. Okay, they need 1 more energy. They only have 2 cards in hand, so they might be coming short. They can knock me out with him. That's what they're going to do. But, you know, assuming they don't have energy in hand, they do not get the knockout here. And then I should be knocking them out, I think. I'm not sure if I do. I got to come up with the numbers, the math. Or I get a thumbs down for Legacy Energy, which, again, I don't know why I'd get thumbs down for that either, but what can I say? You know, what can you do? So 210, I need something, which I don't have. That part's not good. So I'm coming up short. I don't have any energy. I desperately need energy. I don't have... Switching to something else isn't good. I mean, I could do Demolish, but that's not better. Oh wait, I could hit the bench, right? This guy does 120. So let me do that. So I think I do this, and I have game, right? Got the Ogre's Mask, and I take him out on the bench. And now I believe, I'll drop him down, but I believe I have game now, right? I believe. Would you like to shuffle energy into your deck? Yes, I do, because that should win the game for me. And what I get a thumbs down for? I made the play to win the game. So, hey, that was great. Annoyed about the thumbs down, but got the Ogre's Mask. Finally, Ogre's Mask came through with one of my alternate attackers, which has been few and far between that's happened. So it's fun when that happens. Look, this deck, as the overview, it's very budget friendly. It is the deck that you get on the basic battle pass. It's not that build. I've modified it, but you get all the EXs there, so you don't have to worry about that. I've made it so it sets up about as well as the deck's going to set up, honestly. You can play Squawkabilly EX. I know people do that as well some, but wow, I already have Lumineon V. I feel like I don't want to have these liabilities sitting around all game, just eating up my bench space and just saying, 2 prizers, please take me. You can't, I think Lumineon V is enough of that for me. And I think Lumineon V is better because I have that and the 4 Seal Stone, and I have the 4 Arven, so I can make that happen. I'll get enough value out of that. I think I get more value from that. Anyway, the deck's okay. It's, the Wellspring Ogerpon, very well. It's good for the second attack, right? The first attack is going to be very, very niche. The walling guy can be good, but right now, unfortunately, the meta is such that it's very limited. And obviously, the Hearthflame is potentially good. There's turns when that is the best play. The problem is when you need it on a turn, can you get the tool in hand? You can get it if you can Arven for it too. So the deck has the potential to all come together. I'm just finding the pieces just aren't all hitting together often enough. But it's a fun deck. Give it a try and let me know what you think. Take care.